first, the seats are much better out there than back here. Second of all, never easy playing family, and Coach McCaslin helped make the Foster Pavilion possible with all his hard work and what he's helped contribute to Baylor basketball. And like Coach Tang, I'm sure there's a lot of pride with what we have here at Foster because they help pour into that. I thought Coach Mack did a great job. I know he was under the weather, and they had several players under the weather. And one thing about his teams, they're always going to fight to the end, and they're never going to give you anything. So happy about us second half offensively. Really were efficient. First half, I thought we had a lot of good looks. Didn't make them, but we did a great job getting to the glass. Wish we'd have been more efficient with second chance points, but couldn't fault their effort. And I thought the crowd gave us a great lift for a midweek game, especially coming off an emotional game. It's hard to come back, play right away after emotional games. I mean, we see it every night in college sports. I mean, the team has a great win, and everybody's bragging about them. I think North Carolina lost tonight, and everybody was talking about their win. I know Kansas was so impressive against Houston, and that's what makes our K-State beats them at home. That's what makes our league so tough. If you're not ready each and every night, you got no chance.
Scott, I feel like one thing y'all do well is the extra pass, and that looked like it was on display, especially in the second half. Is that something that you drill into this team? Is it something that just kind of comes naturally?
I think two things. One, we recruit players that play the right way, care about good, better, best, making sure that it's not their shot, but it's our best shot. And if you got good teammates, then they sacrifice for each other. So credit our staff for bringing in players like that. Credit our players for being like that. At the same time, the tough thing, you get what I always grade afterwards is how are our looks. And if our looks aren't good, that's on me. If we have good looks and miss, then, okay, how can we get more rebounds? But I thought we had really good looks tonight. And some nights you make them, some nights you don't. I know when we make them, I like it a lot more.
Hey, Coach. Spectrum News 1, Robbie Fueling. Coach McCaslin was just talking about the relationship you guys have earlier. When you line up across the floor from him, what comes to mind just given the time you guys had together?
Well, I knew he was sick, so I didn't want to spend a lot of time with him. But I'll show you how much he loves me. He only fist bumped and kept me away. So, again, this is really a competitive job, and it's hard when you play family. But at the same time, I know we wouldn't be where we're at without his contributions here. And I'm always cheering for him and Coach Tang as long as we're not playing him.
Scott back here in the mess of cameras.
Ah.
Yeah. Ray J added 21 points, pretty efficient tonight. What did you see from him, and what do you think a performance like this can do for his confidence moving forward?
Well, I think Ray J's been trending up, and I think getting used to Big 12 basketball and the grind required of it. And I mean, he probably could have had 8 or 9 assists if we'd have made some of the shots. So he's doing a good job. He's improved defensively. What excites me as a coach is I know we haven't played our best basketball yet, and at some point that's our goal. Before the year's out, we reach to that plateau, and we haven't been the best we can be on both ends of the court at the same time.
What fueled the 13-0 run? How big was Nunn during that? Obviously, he hit the 3, and then you all started building on that.
Well, making some shots, but then the momentum, and that's where the crowd comes in. They have such an influence on the 13 people on the floor, and when you get it rolling, it's easy to string a couple together. But credit our guys for defensively doing a good job during that time, and then offensively taking advantage of what the defense gave us.
Seemed like you got along with the officials tonight pretty well.
Yeah, they did a good job tonight.
Coach, over here on the wall, on this wall.
Oh, my bad.
No worries.
We got all kinds of walls. We got the green wall, the white wall.
You put Langston at the 4 for Elias tonight. What is it you like about having him there?
Well, we've played the 4 guards before, and that's been an efficient lineup analytically for us. Sometimes you can't do it because of foul trouble, fatigue, rotations. But we went to it tonight, and it wasn't that Jalen was doing anything wrong. It was just that lineup gave us a burst, and we wanted to run that run out. And when you get on a roll, sometimes some lineups are just working, and that was working tonight.
Scott, talk about the impact that Eve just keeps having. I mean, we talk about the go-ahead 3, but he had that dunk right after that, and he had a couple of dunks in the game that came at key times for you guys.
I think what makes me most proud about Eve is he was 7 for 8 from the free throw line, and to get that, you have to work on it. And a lot of people don't put in the work to be successful. And Eve's a great young man. It's great going to practice with him every day because he's a great teammate. But personally, it's fun because there's always a Sports Center play. And on years where you have guys like that, I remember Quincy Aces, Perry Jones. I mean, Epe would have a block, and you'd be like, man. And it just makes practice fun. and Eve's one of those guys that he does some things that obviously you can't teach and can't coach. And God's really blessed him, and he's only played ball for 2.5 years. But to put in the work to go 7 for 8, that's what makes him different.
Scott, do you try to not put more pressure on yourself when you're playing a friend, a former assistant? Do you think about that, or?
Honestly, once the game starts, you're just locked into the game. But it's leading up to the game, and I knew he was sick, so I was worried and want to make sure he was okay. And our doctors would have gotten him anything he needed if he needed anything. So. Again, he's doing a great job. They're 5 and 4, and nobody expected him to be this competitive so quick.
Scott, you talked about Langston's impact. He obviously limped off. Is he okay? Have you gotten a chance to kind of talk to him after the game?
I haven't talked to him yet, but Langston's a tough kid, so I don't worry about him. Appreciate it, guys.
Ray J, y'all took control with a 13-0 run. You know, what kind of flipped for you guys and really started working there?
I mean, we started getting stops. They were scoring pretty much at will, and we were trading baskets a lot in the first half, and they even went up 6 points or something like that. And then we started getting stops in the second half and converting and running in transition.
Eve, how much of a priority has the free throw shooting been? You go 7 for 8. You look very comfortable there. How much time have you been putting in on that?
I mean, the entire team started working on it like 3 weeks ago, and I also I went to the gym by myself to shoot like 100, 200, 500 every day, and I guess it's paying off.
When you take a guy off the dribble like that, like when do you decide like you're going to dunk? Is it just kind of like, is it in your head like right when you get past him, or?
Whenever I pass him, I guess if I get the ball in my hands, I would just try to dunk it. If I can, I would just lay it in.
Ray J, I mean, you guys see Eve do Sports Center highlights every day in practice. I mean, when he faces a dude up and crosses him over and throws down a dunk, I mean, what does that do for you guys?
I mean, it gets the team super hyped, but I think we're like kind of numb to it a little bit because he does it all the time, and we shouldn't be because it's incredible.
Eve, we're kind of on the dunk, but on the one in that run, I mean, the crowd was kind of getting into it because you'd just taken the lead. Is that the kind of play you're looking to make there? I mean, are you looking for a highlight play so you can get everybody pumped up, or is it just what you had going, and then you had the one right before halftime too?
I'm not necessarily looking for it. It just happens to be it, and whenever I can make an energy play that can, boost up the team, I'm just trying to do it.
Ray J back here, kind of back-to-back environments where the crowd was just insane. I mean, talk about, I guess, how you guys are energized by that and what you saw from the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, the crowd was great tonight, and it definitely helps, especially during runs. Like, we had a big run in the second half, and it gets super loud, and the other team can't hear anything. I think it really affects the other team, so it's huge for us.
Anybody else?
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.